Game Boy, specifically the Gameboy SP. I have two of these, and today we're going to be repairing one of them, and also we're going to be talking about flashcards, which are these. Today, I'm just going to be doing a quick repair on this one because I should have set up a charger. I'll be right back. Wow, look at this YouTuber. Look at this small YouTuber. Look how well his videos are planned out. Extremely. Alright, so now I can actually show you the issue and what we're doing today. So this has an original battery, which these released in like 2003, so the battery is like well over 20 years old now. And if you just saw that, that's supposed to stay on. Look, I'll even show you a healthy one. Here we go, this is one that I bought and repaired recently. Wow, that stays on. That's what it's supposed to do. So, all I'm going to be doing is just... There will be Amazon links, by the way. I will be putting Amazon links in the description. It's not one of those like partner program things. I'm not going to make any money. It's just what I used in the video. This little package here includes this. Now, you're going to want to hope that you have a different technology screwdriver first of all, because this is absolutely shit. Wait, it's a battery. And because this is just absolutely shit, I'm going to be using this, which is a different, that's the wrong one, which is a different electronic screwdriver. They both serve the exact same purpose. And once you've gotten your thing open, wow. That's not supposed to happen. That's because the battery is swollen. You see how it's not fitting properly? That's because this thing is the original battery from 20 years ago. And it shows. New bat, old bat. That's actually not much of a comparison. Well, yeah, this is a lot more swollen in person. And yeah, it literally just slides in like that. It says GBA on it. It's got apparently it's high capacity. I don't know what the actual original SP voltage was. This is either going to be like a bigger part, no, a smaller part of a bigger video, or a bigger part of a smaller video, depending on how it goes. Amazingly, it's flush, and it stays on. And now for the final test, because I actually haven't set any of this up. It stays on charge. Wow. Now, of course, I could go and spend like a couple £100 on actual official Game Boy games like Pac-Man and Pokemon Yellow. This cost me 40 fucking quid. 40 quid, and that's cheap. That's cheap for Pokemon games. But luckily, we have such inventions as... I'm going to put the boxes down first. Flashcards. Oh. These things. These are flashcards. I talk about this one, which is in this device. Now, it works okay. It's not terrible. I also need to adjust the microphone. No, not microphone, the camera. There we go. So yeah, it works okay. It's not the worst. I do have a few issues with it, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be making this. So I've just got GBA games in a separate folder. There you go. Pokemon Fire Red. Now I have played a little bit of this, just to test if the save function works, which is a bit of a shame because it doesn't seem like it. And also, I don't know if it's going to do it this time. Yep. It goes over the amount of kilobytes needed, and then it does not boot. You need to turn it off and on again, wait for it to fully load up, go back, and then hope that it doesn't go over the actual amount stated. Which isn't fantastic for plug and play. And it's done it again twice in a row. Look at that. But yeah, there's a ton of footage that I decided to cut from the video of me trying to get this set up specifically, because it's just not fantastic. Also, as I mentioned about the SD card on this one does not come with an SD card. And it's really, really... Okay, there we go. Actually booted. You know, it's Pokemon. That little noise there is telling me that it has not saved my save file, which is weird because there is a save file on there. But I'll get onto the comparison in a bit. I'll just show you how this game runs actual Game Boy games, because that is also a bit to be desired. So it's got the exact same as on this one. And if I just go on... Yeah, if I just go on Street Fighter, which is in Konami, I know it's not a Konami game, but I was just doing it like lazily at the middle of the night, so... Oh! That's actually just not even loaded. So yeah, there we go. That's all that we need from this cart, because it's just not perfect. It runs the games, albeit not great. If I can actually get Street Fighter to boot into an actual... Yeah, there we go. Okay, Capcom, skip that. By the way, there's no colour. I'm going to do a comparison in a second. But if I just, get straight into it, like, there's nothing been done here, really. And immediately, there's like flashing lights and shit. It's not like there's a bad ROM, because on this, again, it works perfectly fine, which is one that we're actually going to be using today. Just to show you. Because this one works completely fine. I'm going to load up the exact same game. As you can see, it's got more colour. There's like actual, and it doesn't immediately, or at all from what I can tell, have a stroke. It is literally just... It's literally just Street Fighter. But yeah, there's your demonstration. It works perfectly. Which means I can only play Game Boy Advance games on this cart, apart from very, very light Game Boy Color games. Jesus Christ, can I speak English, please? So yeah. And now for the actual, physical comparisons. This, I'll just put the boxes above. So there we go. This is only for Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance, as I've stated. Now, this is only for Game Boy Color, as I've stated. This is for Game Boy Advance and Game Boy just regular Game Boy. But this one performs significantly better than this one. And these are very, very budget flash cards. These aren't like the £90 things that you see on Amazon. So we're just going to get into a few very minor comparisons, such as, that's what it looks like. That's what this one looks like. And see, this one comes with an SD card. I think I've already covered that. I'm just going to recover it. This one comes with an SD card. It's an 8GB knockoff Kingston. It's not, you know, come on, focus, there we go. Knockoff Kingston. It's an 8GB one. It is actually 8GB. It comes up on the computer as 8GB. And it's just plug and play, really. You put your ROMs onto it, you load them in, and then they just work as long as they're a Game Boy Color and Game Boy game. And then there's this one, which I actually hated setting this one up because there's like proprietary software that is needed, like some bespoke software that is needed to even format the game to run on this, and then it just doesn't run great. It runs like a normal Game Boy game, as you'd expect, but there's like no actual in-game save functionality. Oh my god, I've just dropped it on the floor. There's no actual in-game save functionality, and when you buy this, which I think it's like £1 more than this one, it doesn't even come with an SD card. You literally just get it like this in the box. And then you need a very, very specific 2GB SD card to actually run the thing, which in this year was actually quite hard to find and like decently, because there's like 8GB cards that are selling from the exact same brand for basically the exact same price. So I had to go and buy an SD card specifically for this video, and then I had to install like a piece of software which is not listed anywhere. There's like no like card in the box telling you to install it or anything like that. Yep, there's absolutely like nothing in there apart from this, which this doesn't have any piece of paper in either. The big like void bit is like very not needed. It literally just goes in like that. That's it. And this one was quite literally just like that in cardboard. I think I had a bit more packaging. This one feels a lot better than this one, basically. And now I'm going to talk a bit about games, because obviously I've got Fire Red on this one. I've obviously got Pokemon Yellow. But the Game Boy scene is not dead. If I can actually get this plugged in. People are still making new Game Boy games. They're called, well, I've got them listed here as demakes, but there's only one actual demake, which is Undertale. That is the like very first like few. I'm gonna say it's the very first 30 minutes of Undertale, and then there's two other games which are like completely like what's the word? They're not demakes. They're just completely made like by fans, like Hatsune Miku Bomb Squad for the Game Boy Color. Which, if I can get this running. There we go, Hatsune Miku Bomb Squad. And this is like a decent puzzle game with like 25 levels. And yep, it's literally just Hatsune Miku Bomb Squad. You are literally just defusing bombs with Hatsune Miku. Yep. And then you literally just have to... There you go. And that's it. It gets more complex throughout the entire games, but that's it. There's a whole... There's like entire games being made for this. It is a bit annoying because there's no like actual software. There's no home screen on this. You do need to turn it on and off to access the game. I'm pretty sure on this one you don't, but the way that you do it is just that convoluted that it's not even worth it, really. Like, this actually feels like E-Ways, even though it does exactly what it's supposed to do. It's just not good. And then, obviously, I've got all the Nintendo games, stuff like that. We're not actually going to touch on any official games because... You know, it's a Game Boy. If you want to like go play the games or look at someone play the games, there's other videos on YouTube, or just go get one yourself. You'll have more enjoyment that way. And this little gem is completely custom made. Okay, yeah, I didn't save. And it's like, I don't know what it's like, actually. I just found it when I was looking for games on itch.io. And it is literally just like you're like walking around the village as a capybara. I can buy a sofa. Can I actually build like a house in this game? Well, I might have a look into that in the future, but yeah, that's it. Those are the Game Boy SPs. They're still pretty good, apart from that. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. If you did actually enjoy the video, I wouldn't mind if you'd like and subscribed. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.